SVG's Jason Dackman. We are here in Stamford at NBC Sports Broadcast Center during the Paris 2024 Olympics. Super excited to be with a big supporter of SVG and a good friend, Darryl Jefferson. Darryl, thanks for taking the time, man.
Anytime. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. So we are off and running. The games are going and in beautiful Paris. However, a very, very large chunk of the operation here in Stamford, Connecticut. Tell me, number one, why that made sense to really locate a large portion of the operation and how it's gone so far over the first few days.
Yeah, we built so much here in Stamford. We moved into the plant in the latter part of 2011, took real residence in 2012, just after the London Olympics, and it's just grown and grown and grown. And after COVID, we learned so much about how we could effectively do remote production, how we could kind of hone resources that we had or real estate we had in the building that we use year round and kind of make it work for the Olympics, or maybe custom make it that it works for the Olympics. And as an example, we had a number of mobile units in our parking lot during Tokyo and Beijing to augment what we had in the building. But we've done so much construction here in the last little while, we actually only have one mobile unit here. Everything else is kind of internal resources that we've built or rebuilt or rethought and imagined. And why that makes sense is that we're able to cover so many more sports concurrently because we're able to kind of shift resources that are already in the building, right? Someone could be in the same chair and pivot from one sport to the next kind of in a remote way if they have a team also on site with local reporters or live view crews or these types of things on the front end, and then we can add expert commentary or analysis or a control room that you'd integrate with back here. And it's proven to be a really good formula for us, both in terms of kind of construction horizon, knowing what we're walking into,
right.
From a kind of pivot day-to-day point of view, and these are things that we can use year-round when we do other sports.
Absolutely. So some of the staples of NBC Olympics operations are back here for the Olympics, the off-tube factory, the highlights factory, so on and so forth. A new addition that it was pretty interesting to me are these flex control rooms that really kind of give you the versatility to do whatever you want. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about what went behind those and how they've worked out.
Yeah, so I think one of the only lessons that we learned that we liked learning from COVID, we used some of the off-tube booths in the off-season. Well, during COVID, when we were postponed, we had already built the off-tube booths. Then they were dormant for an entire year cycle, and we found the booths were really useful for pop-up reasons. If you needed a momentary graphics operator or a momentary additional EVS operator, we could put them in one of these booths intended for voiceover. But we realized, wait, that flexibility is actually really useful. Then we purpose-built and built the flex rooms that can either work in conjunction with each other or solo. And we found that model really works because day-to-day, week-to-week, we can change how the room is being used.
Sure, absolutely. Well, Darryl, we always appreciate you taking the time. We know you're busy. Thanks so much, and have a great rest of the games.
Thank you so much.
For more coverage of the Paris 2024 games, including NBC's exclusive domestic coverage, stay tuned to sportsvideo.org, SVG Play, and the SVG YouTube channel.